Hey everybody, what's going on? My name's Squid Prince, and this is week 1 of the OU Monotype Battle Tournament. Now, before I start the battle, I would like to explain the scoring system. It is a round-robin tournament, and for each Pokemon that is knocked out, you get that many points. So, if you win a battle, you get 6 points. Now, for example, say you win a battle 2-0. Your opponent will get 4 points for the 4 Pokemon they knocked out, and the winner will get 6 points. Now, week 1, we're up against Flying type, which is we're versus Joe today. He's got a very threatening team. He's got the Genies, he's got Charizard X or Y, a Bravery, and a Crobat. I'm assuming the Crobat's there for defogging purposes, but I'm going to try and counter that. Now today I got Cradily, Breloom, Ludicolo, Mega Bombasnow, my Rotom, and Trevenant. Now my game plan today is game plan 1. Set up the rain with Ludicolo and just fire off Ice Beams on everything. Game plan number 2. Get Trevenant in to set up a Trick Room and start shooting off Blizzards and Rock Tombs with Mega Bombasnow and Breloom. So that's my plan, and let's see how well it works out for me today. Now we are up against our weakness. Flying is definitely a big threat, especially with Brave Birds, and I'm glad to see that there's no Talonflame on his team. But he's going to lead off with his Tornadus, and we're going to lead off with Cradily because we would like to get our rocks up. He does predict the rocks and ends up going for a taunt on the first turn, and he does catch me. He gets me going for the Stealth Rocks, and then he ends up setting up a Rain Dance, which it's good because I know what he's going to do. He's going to start shooting off or firing the Hurricanes around, and I'm going to go for an Ancient Power, looking for a 10% boost. Luckily for me, it does do over half. Even with the leftovers, it's going to be a 2-hit KO, as long as I don't get confused from the Hurricane. Now, Cradily does take the Hurricane very well. It doesn't even do 50%, and I'm able to take it out with one more Ancient Power. Now, alright, so I'm feeling pretty good at this point. I'm up, 6-5 right now. He ends up bringing his Thundurus. I didn't realize that they carried Flash Cannon, and that that Flash Cannon is going to pretty much demolish my face, and I don't get to get my rocks up, which is pretty unfortunate. However, the rain is up, and I can bring in Ludicolo with the Swift Swim ability, and now I can go for Ice Beams, and I end up taking out the Thundurus. Now this next play is a very big play, and I would like to explain my thought process quick. He brings in Charizard. At this point, I assume that he's going to be Charizard Y to bring in the Sun to cut down the rain on me. And the play I pick is not one that benefits me in any way. Expecting the drought to come, I end up going for a Rain Dance instead of a Surf, which would have killed the Charizard. That is a very big turning point in this battle, because now I really don't have anything to deal with this Charizard, and my Life Orb Ice Beam that would outspeed the rest of his team is now gone. So now I'm going into plan 2. I end up bringing in the Trevenant, and I am able to set up a Trick Room. I did have a Focus Sash on my Trevenant just in case, or pretty much to guarantee the fact that I would set up a Trick Room, because I did live in Outrage, but if that would have been a Flare Blitz, I would have been done and I wouldn't have had anything to set up Trick Room, and then my plan B would have been done as well. Now he ends up switching out the Charizard and into his Bravery because he was confused, and he also dodges my Shadow Claw. Now, fearing the bulk up, I end up switching out into Breloom, thinking that, alright, he could bulk up and I could just Rock Tomb him. That's not the case. He ends up just going for a Brave Bird. So instead of losing one Pokemon, I end up losing 2 because Trevenant is at too low of HP to really do anything, and it's too slow. So right now I went from a really good solid start to now I'm a little bit in panic mode. And now that shows here, because instead of when I Mega Evolve going for a Blizzard, I pick Rock Slide instead. And I had Rock Slide on there to be hidden until the Charizard came out. And I guess it really wouldn't have mattered too much, because he probably would have kept the Charizard around to the end of the battle anyway. But I end up taking out the Bravery with a Rock Slide. Now there is one turn of Trick Room left, so one thing has to die, and he ends up firing off his Crobat. So I just end up going for a Blizzard, take the Crobat down with no issues. But now that the Trick Room is done, he is free to bring the Charizard back in. And now, being in the panic mode that I was, I ended up not going for Ice Shard, which would have, helped. Any residual damage to try and take down the Charizard would have helped. But I end up not. He just ends up going for a Flare Blitz, taking me clean out. I'm 4 times weak to it. I can't really do anything about it at this point. So now what I try to do is I want to bring in my Rotom. And poor Rotom is outsped by Charizard and is also Flare Blitzed and doesn't really get to compete in this battle, if you will. And now my last Pokemon is, unfortunately, my Trevenant that has been beat up to a pulp, and the Charizard just has to go for one last Flare Blitz, and that's going to end up being week 1. Now, this is not the way I wanted to start the tournament. We're starting off 0-1. We still have 13 more battles to go. Next week, stay tuned because we are up against normal type. And I'm going to try and turn this tournament around. I need to back up the fact that I have grass type here, and I want to make them threatening. I want people to be scared of my grass team. So I'm going to get my team together. We're all going to sit in the locker room and be like, fellas, listen up. It was a valiant effort today. A couple misplays ended up costing us the battle. We just got to play smart, get our game plans together, and prepare for our next battle. So I'm going to reevaluate and out of my 9 pokes, pick out who I want to be in there against the normal types. And I hope you stick with me through this journey, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.